As we know that every children in the world were born with special ability or extraordinary ability. Nobody has the same life, same experience, or anything that 100% identical, just like a same blank paper. However, everybody exists in the world are indeed different. Every children has many ability that they were absolutely able to do. Those children only requires to develop each of their special abilities and also requires to fulfill their ability. Albert Einstein, Newton, Beethoven were once considered as less talented children until one day their name became very big, also very known as very influential figures until this previous day. Each of them were known because each of their own ability or speciality has influenced the world. Amazing it is. Imagine if Einstein were forced to be an army instead of focus on his competency, he will not become a very known scientist, right? So, it is indeed really important to developing our own special ability. We require an institution that would help students developing their own special ability. An institution that is so suitable for sharpening the focus on the development of children's ability is the school. Schools are institutions that are formal, non-formal, and informal. The establishment of school is carried out by the state and private sector with one goal, which is teaching, managing, and guiding students through guidance provided by teachers or educational institutions. So, let me explain why I am on the government side to this motion, which is abolish primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead group them by competency and intelligence. School requires group division in their learning system, or in this situation is grouping based on the competential ability of the children or students. This group is needed to make it easier for teachers to provide attention or service to the students. Based on quantum teaching, no one student were born with bad or naughty, or any negative personality. One thing for sure, they were born to find their destiny to developing themselves. However, they are not yet developed because of the way they learn is not suitable between teacher and the students. Every child was born with leadership potential within them. However, to face the challenge in the era of competitive industry evolution, it requires to maximizing their potential is therefore part of their intelligence. So, it is obvious that they need a grouping of intelligence. Let me explain what is grouping intelligence. Grouping in students based on cognitive ability able to provide the advantage or benefits of increasing student achievement. It is the first advantage. And then the second advantage is to reduce the level of or risk of failure because the students must be focused on explore more about what is their own ability. They have the focus more of their own struggle, their own material, so they don't have to separate their focus on what they have to do. And then the talented students will experience an increase in academics achievement when placed in their group ability or homogeneous ability group, which is in this one group only there's a specialty or own on its own ability as the subject. This is more useful for the students compared to when they were placed in the heterogeneous group. And then the next advantage is enable students to become more active because isn't it exciting if we were focused more or of doing our favorite things? This is very relatable with each student condition. It's also indeed that we will have more fun experience of study because we are only focused on our ability and we have to increase our own ability by doing the subject that we like. It also increases the possibility of achieving something. has more advantage than we grouping the students by their own age, because every children or student has the different personality, which is not based on their age. Every children who group by age must have different interests and different personalities. This is why we are on the government side to not group them by the age. After all, age is neither a determinant of a person's future nor a marker of whether that person is an adult or not, because all of it is not based on age. This kind of grouping that based on age has many disadvantage. They were not able to focus on what they were doing. They have to split their focus on this subject to this subject, because they were grouping by the age, not by their own destiny or desired things to do. And then we can see the group student based on ability is more have advantage, like what I've been said before. They were able to experience achievement, and then it will be easier to reduce the level or risk of failure, and then they able to provide their own ability. So it has more advantage than grouping them by their own age. Like what I've been said before, every children born with extraordinary or special ability. Nobody has the same life experience or anything that 100% identical. So that's why I am on the government side by abolish primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead group them by competency and intelligence. Thank you so much for your attention.